Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my playthrough of Rule of Waves 3 as the United States. We're finally at peace after our long war with Germany and Spain, and we are plunging headfirst into the dreadnought revolution as we and everyone else race to replace our pre-dreadnought battleships with shiny new ones as quickly as possible, even as the fundamental technology of battleships pretty much changes every few months. Or Oregons, to be honest. And I'm going to push for bigger docks immediately again anyway. The reality is this little period, like 1906 to 1914, 16 or so, every new battleship is just going to be significantly bigger and more powerful than the last one. Like, we're probably right now, the Oregons are going to be immediately succeeded by a class with torpedo protection 2 and 14-inch guns. Not selling stuff to anyone. Oh, we've developed lighter than air naval aviation. I'm almost tempted, honestly, to turn that down to like low priority, but I'll leave it on medium priority for now because it could be handy if we have a war like imminently. However, with the benefit of hindsight, we can be well aware that lighter than air naval aviation is not really going anywhere, and especially not for a country such as ourselves that really is operating in very wide open waters, such that we're going to need very long-ranged aircraft to patrol it. Which you can build long-range Zeppelins, actually, but Socialist Party? Well, you know what? Well, I think this causes unrest is what it causes. Let's just do nothing. We're not hurting for budget right now. Social reforms passed. That's fine. Sometimes you have to just sort of let them. That did hurt a budget, but sometimes you just have to sort of let them pass social reforms. I don't know how complex it is in the background, but basically, if you don't, eventually you'll start getting unrest that'll undermine your country. And this is the United States, not Germany. Some social reforms being passed once in a very great while isn't going to kill us. Oh, we've stolen the blueprints for French 10-inch guns quality 0. That's a weird caliber. I'm probably not going to use it much, but maybe a heavy cruiser or something. I mean, that's what would use it, but it's very heavy guns. Okay, we've commissioned the battleship USS North Carolina and improved riveting techniques for 1% hull weight saving and a target designator for accuracy. Okay, so that's we have 2 battle cruisers and a battleship in service now, a dreadnought battleship. Is it a dreadnought battleship? I'm a little undecided on that one. It's only got 6 guns, as you may notice. So do our battle cruisers. In some regards, the Oregons here are our first actually proper battleships. But, yeah, time will tell. Or, I mean, it's a matter of debate. It's a matter of debate. These are clearly better than pre-dreadnoughts, but not as good as proper dreadnoughts. How many ships is everybody else keeping in service? I think I need to keep all the pre-dreadnoughts in service for now. At least until I have some battleships actually in service. It's always tempting to get rid of them very quickly, to be honest, but... we have funding, though. So honestly, you know what we're going to use it for is... Okay, let me see if I can fit what I want onto a 27,000-ton docks. I'm not sure I can. What I want is something pretty close to this, actually. Not that turret, but these other 4 turrets. 21 knots. Call it this much armor, which is more than we had, but you got to start thinking a little thicker at some point. Torpedo defense 2. 5-inch secondaries, a little less of them, but 5-inch secondaries. And this is going to require, oh boy, howdy. This is going to require 30,000 plus tons displacement. Yeah. That's a lot. Okay. For the moment, maybe we just take the Oregon design. We add torpedo defense too. We add... No, hold on. These are... Yeah. These turrets take the extra weight more efficiently. For whatever reason. We add torpedo defense too, and we add those extra couple of guns we talked about. Well, actually, what would be would it be hugely more expensive if I it'd be marginally more expensive, but I'd probably rather have the but too much so. I can't quite get 28,000 tons, and that'd be a 7-month delay. Okay, so that's the question. This with 8 14-inch guns, or 8 14-inch guns and a 7-month delay, or 10 12-inch guns immediately. And for cheaper. Sure, okay. Oh, interesting. Whole problem. I feel like that's a... Okay, new name. Interesting. I don't actually even know how to change. Like, that's just a thing because of how it was pre-generated or something, I think. Like, I don't really know how to, unless what I have to do to fix that is this. Yeah. Okay. You know, that doesn't kill us weight-wise, so that's acceptable. Okay. Sure. This is what we're going to have to go with because it'll take too much delay to get 27,000 or 8 14-inch guns, but we're only probably going to build one of those, in all honesty. Our agent's been caught in France. He's a hero of the nation. Quality steel for shells, more HE shell damage. Excellent. I'm going to decline this because the Oregon class is too obsolete now already. Windfall and tax revenues. Let's say... Not social programs. Let's say railroads. Let's think about the long-term prosperity of the nation. As though the U.S. isn't broken enough already. You know what? The long-term prosperity of our nation is already stupid high, and we know it. Let's just strengthen the Navy. Secondary turrets on battleships. Oh, secondary turrets on battleships. I should have made a bigger deal of that. That's actually really good. And it's going to require us to design another class of battleship, but that's fine. That's how these things go. In this date period, things just move really quickly with regard to battleships, yeah. Okay, the Delaware design should be finished. Oh, an uprising in China. We will send a strong force to safeguard our interests. Struggling with quality control. We haven't quite developed the double torpedo mount, but hopefully we would soon. Oh, great. Sure. let Congress look at it for a month. I mean, I'd rather not, but 3 months' time, we're already going to be able to think about building that 14-inch gun design. Okay, base expansion in Guam is finished. 18 is still not enough base capacity. We're just going to have to keep working on that. Delaware, ready for construction. I'm going to build one, and we'll see where that gets us. Oh, double torpedo tubes. Okay, excellent. We're going to need a whole, wholesale replacement of all our destroyers then. In productivity improvements, industrial production, increased funding for the Navy. My God, our funding is just skyrocketing. Oopsies. Maximum publicity to announce the aggressive policies of Germany. Sure. I don't want a war with Germany again. Zero quality 5-inch guns. Stuff is just clicking right along. Okay. Yeah, I meant to, save in exactly January 1910 for another special, but that's alright. I'll save it in March 1910. That's fine. Close enough, really. It doesn't make a difference as far as ships in our fleet are concerned. It might make a slight difference for others, but it's not going to be huge. It's fine. So we've got 4 battleships under construction. We're going to need new destroyers. The 300-tonners in particular need to be replaced ASAP, really. Our armored cruisers are good. Our light cruiser fleet is one of the biggest in the world. Or wait, no, why am I? Yes, our light cruiser fleet is the biggest in the world. Forgot about these 2 new categories. It threw me off. Which is fine. I like light cruisers. In some regards, anyway. Our armored cruiser fleet is one of the biggest in the world. Honestly, considering how everybody else is standing down, we probably should just decommission a couple of older light and armored cruisers. Completely. I mean, okay, the 2 Chicagos that aren't on foreign station, Baltimore and Cincinnati. Maybe it's time for that. Well, you know what? Actually, no. Let's just shift them to foreign station. And sadly, Chicago and Columbia, who are more worn down, older, slower engines, time for them, sadly, to be scrapped. And for the Pittsburghs, I mean, I'm just comparing our fleet to everybody else's. Only Russia has a bigger one. The question is, how obsolete is this? And the answer is pretty obsolete in the age of battle cruisers, so we're going to scrap 2 of these to start with as well. We have a good amount of money. We have a 30,000-ton dock size, although I'm going to need even bigger. It's time to design that 14-inch gun battleship. 21 knots. 13-inch belt. 2.5-inch deck. 13-inch conning tower. 13-inch turrets. 2.5-inch turret tops. 5 inches of secondary armor. Okay, what it's not going to have is as many turrets as... Why on earth does this thing have wing turrets? I didn't even look at this that the AI had designed, but this is horrifying. Okay. Add a forward superimposed double turret. There we go. Okay, that's much better. This is about the secondary, tertiary armament I want, but we might cut it just to help with weight. Normal, medium, oil firing, please. Good grief. Normal to 13-inch belt, which is increasingly necessary. You'll notice these guns now penetrate 13 inches at 7,000 yards. Even thicker than that would not be unreasonable, but it'd be too much weight. But, yeah. However, the extra inch of armor extends our immunity zone by 2,000 yards, so that's pretty handy. And 2,000 yards on the other side as well for the half-inch of deck armor. Kentucky, not a bad name. Oh boy, 33,000 tons, huh? Oh, wait, but one of these is triple for some reason. Okay. How's about... Yeah, that just saved several thousand tons. 31,100. Wait, don't I have secondary turrets now? Ooh. I thought I did, but apparently not. Wait, were those much heavier than... that's interesting. I thought we had... Do we only have tertiary turrets? Okay, we can put the tertiary guns in turrets anyway. Okay, we're going to have to cut a couple of secondaries out. Just to get her down to our maximum weight. That's unfortunate, but it's acceptable to me. Although... Okay, I like this design, yeah. Obviously, it's the very limit of what we can build, basically, but 13-inch belt, 2.5-inch deck, 21 knots, oil-fired, 2 torpedo defense 2, 8 14-inch main guns, plus secondaries and tertiaries, a little less than what I'd like, but acceptable for the improvement in the main battery and so on. Oh, our budget's immediately in the red because of that. Is our monthly balance actually still positive? I think it is, so that should be fine. We have a lot of prestige anyway. If I've miscalculated, we can take the hit. Not selling Japan superimposed turrets, because those are really useful. Our budget is still in the green. That's good. We're not going to be able to immediately lay down a Kentucky, unfortunately, because we're going to have to wait for these 3 Oregons to be finished. But... tell you what, actually, that probably leaves a little window where we could build some destroyers. Now, our current best destroyers are the Cassin class. 700 tons, 30 knots, 2 3-inch and 4 2-inch guns. I'm pretty sure we can do much better than that now. Let's see here. Yeah, we can build... Is 800 tons our maximum? Whoa, I know we can't do 1,300 tons. Can we do 900 tons? We can. In fact, let me... just look at our research here. We can do 900-ton destroyers, yeah. And we have double torpedo mounts. Didn't I see somewhere? Yeah, we have secondary turrets on battleships. I guess maybe they still have the rate of fire penalty, but I thought we were allowed to do them before with a rate of fire penalty. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyway, we're going to need a 900-ton destroyer with normal range, because I do need to move them around. Priority can be speed, though. Armor is redundant on destroyers. 4 4-inch guns. But then we're going to need... I'd rather have... as opposed to side... oh, wait, hold on. Delete. Delete. Okay, yeah, I'd rather have something like that, but is that going to cause a... oh, no, it's fine. Okay. So 4 4-inch guns. Nope, can't sneak 3-inch guns on. Could I sneak 2-inch guns on? I mean, you got to get everything you can. Yes, I could sneak a couple of 2-inch guns on, although it causes that issue, but wait, could I just put them in... yeah. I could sneak a couple of 2-inch guns on. 4 4-inch main gun battery. We're not allowed to do central firing for destroyers, at least not yet. You can eventually. And our torpedoes in 2 twin centerline swivel mounts, which is a much better layout than our existing destroyers. Okay, this is a good design, I think. We're going to build about, 20 of those as quickly as we can, basically. Small pause in our battleship construction. No. I mean, if they already have 4, then it's not a big deal, really, but they might. Not. In which case, no. Okay, I can't afford 10 at a time anyway, but I'm going to order 10. We're going to have to delay immediately the Delaware class a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so this is what Germany's Moltke-class battlecruisers look like. They're not faster than ours, and they have a 10-inch armor belt. Plus, they have 8 guns. These are just better battlecruisers than ours, to be honest. Unfortunately, our existing battlecruiser design is just such a compromise, and these things, 8-11-inch gun. I mean, cross-deck firing, so they can only use 6 at a lot of ranges, but 10-inch belt. They really fit a 10-inch belt on this thing. I'm not entirely sure I believe that they actually got a 10-inch belt on this with 25 knots at only 20,600 tons, but if they did, then it's a ridiculously good ship. Horizontal turbines, 3,800 at 30, 8,000 at 25. That's going to be, another 300 and 1,000 yards respectively, plus 3 more knots at the long range, which that's barely even less fast. So torpedoes are getting quite a lot better now. Okay, the Kentucky design study's almost finished, but we're going to need to wait a couple of months for these destroyers to be finished before we can actually build some. Or, realistically, yes, for the destroyers to be finished, but just for the Oregons to be finished. It is kind of wild to be laying down the successor class before the class is even finished. Not even in trials, but just completely in the stocks still. Our minor ally in South America is threatened by a neighbor. We will back them on conditionally. We're working on base fuses and failing. Oh, we're close to director firing. I love director firing. It's just another big fire control upgrade that will give us a lot more accuracy again. Concerned about tensions leading to war. Well, spend more on the Navy then. Quality control 2, armor quality improvement, and 1% weight saving. Fantastic. Director firing. Fantastic. Although we're struggling with the stable explosive filler, but I don't care. We have director firing. So now is sort of the moment when we have to pick what we actually want to keep and what we don't. All of these 3 dreadnought types that we have in commission are sort of aberrant horrors, but they're still better than anything we previously had, so we're keeping them. And they'll be the first things to get refits. Which will, in their cases, really just consist of... Can I do that without hugely increasing the time? I can, actually. Oh, rebuild cost is that. Okay. Yeah, we'll get the better quality guns then real quick. So we're going to rebuild the North Carolina. And we're going to figure out how to rebuild the Lexingtons. Nothing's paused. Wow, we have a big budget. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize the Lexingtons have 6-inch secondaries. Could I put them in turrets? Not really. Okay, well, director firing. Oh, but we do have better quality 6-inch guns as well, huh? Hmm. This would be very expensive to salvage a design that is just always going to be marginal. But we could rebuild the Lexington to add 2 more knots to her speed at the cost of the heavier secondary armament, which is increasingly irrelevant. I really might eventually do that, but not with this update. We're just going to add director firing, and I guess we'll replace her 6-inch guns. Oh, geez, those are much more expensive per turn to refit for some reason. I guess North Carolina was pretty expensive. Okay, we're going to have to pulse Delaware again. That's going to be a much delayed ship, but that's all right. Oh, yeah. We have to put the directors immediately on all of our Oregons. Internal upheaval in Venezuela. Send a force. Someone must shoulder the burden and guarantee order in these cases. Okay, we've just annexed Venezuela. That's fine. We're struggling with better steel quality, though. But we have internal torpedo stowage, 5% submarine reliability again. Okay, so we just acquired Venezuela. We have more of the Caribbean now. It's really becoming a bit of... It's not an American lake because the British are still here. We'll have to eject them one of these days, but it's getting there. Our budget apparently went up enough that we're not bankrupt again. Oh, we're on the edge of war with France. I didn't really see that was coming. Okay, fleet cruising formation. Parallel columns. Reduced risk of submarine attacks. Oh, it went down a lot. Okay. That's for the best. I'm not quite ready for a war yet. I mean, let me at least finish my director firing refits, right? Okay, our battle cruisers are... Tell you what, we're not quite ready for war with Britain yet. Oh, great, 1,100-ton destroyers. Just as I'm building a whole class of 900-tonners. Okay, so several of the rebuilds are done. I'm just going to let it go one more month so that I can finish the 2 Oregons, and then we'll look at what our budget's looking like. New docks. Oh, Minnesota's overweight. That's annoying. We've developed airships. They're not that useful. I probably won't build any. And they're a little useful. There's a small window here where they're going to be useful, where we don't have any heavier than air naval aviation, but I wouldn't count on them. Okay, we have an obscene monthly balance. Now, some of it's going to need to be used to rebuild our ships with director firing, but... okay, we have 2 Oregons in service now. Okay, I'm going to shift all of the Oklahomas on the East Coast into mothballs. I'm not going to scrap them just yet, but I'm not going to refit them either, so... I am going to refit the California class because I think it's pretty likely that we could get into a war before we have enough enough replacements to properly... Ooh. Is that worth it? How much does that add? $9.99. It adds a lot to the cost. In for a penny, in for a pound. As I just said, I think it is pretty likely that we'll get into a war before we're really able to replace all our battleships with pre-dreadnoughts, just looking at our tensions here. So, best to have the Californias, since they're our most modern pre-dreadnoughts, be in a decent fighting condition. I mean, right now, you know, we're all talking about dreadnoughts, but we have 3. the whole world has about 24, and the whole world has about, I don't know, 4 or 5 times that many pre-dreadnoughts still. So, oh, my monthly balance is still crazy high. I should have done more. Oh well. Thanks for watching, sailors. I hope you enjoyed the video. New parts should be up daily, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like or subscribing. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.